Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now, today is actually a really big one because we got the new Community Crunch 492, which, as you can see, something very scary is coming to the game. And also, I have the brand new patch notes for you guys, which has gone live for all platforms. And it's one of the pretty big updates, which they said that they're doing for Lost Colony, because there's still quite a few Lost Colony issues at the moment. I'm getting a lot of reports on console, that console players are crashing so much on Lost Colony at the moment. So we're going to go through all of this news that you guys need to know. So I'm really looking forward to it. Feels good to be back today because obviously I was waiting for the crunch so I could bring some news to you guys, and this thing looks terrifying. Now if you guys enjoy the video, drop a like and subscribe, and let's get in with the video. Right, okay, so a Herculean challenge arises, and welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. This week we're pulling back the curtain on one of the major challenges awaiting players with the next Astraeus update. Buried in the ruins of Pyranthos, this ancient multi-headed monstrosity awaits. Defeating all 5 hungry heads will demand teamwork, timing, and a whole lot of firepower. Cut the heads from the body and fight the shifts, but only if your team stays in sync. And look at this thing, guys. I mean, it's massive, isn't it? And yes, this is reusing assets from Atlas. Being 100% honest, I don't mind them doing this. You know, a lot of people are like, wow, this is a bit like, you know, why are they not making anything new? But I think, you know, this year it looks like they are reusing lots of stuff. You know, Genesis Part 1 with the Bob's True Tales, it looks like they're pretty much reusing lots of stuff from Atlas in that DLC. And I think to myself, you know, you guys know I always will give criticism where it needs to be. But I think there's some pretty good stuff in Atlas, and I think it does have a place in ARK, because it was a failed game that should have just been an ARK DLC in the first place. So I think it's cool. And by the way, when we say like they're reusing assets, they still have to update it and give it some changes and stuff like that. So it's not a case of literally just copy and paste. You know, when they're adding something else in. But you know, I just think fair play, just use them. Because I also didn't even realize, I talked about this in another video, that they actually also used the Medusa from Atlas, which is in Astraeus. So a lot of the stuff that they've had in Atlas has come in Astraeus, which is really interesting actually. So this encounter is only one part of what's arriving on the 25th of February. Astraeus expands with Pyranthos, a massive desert landmass shaped by myth, ruin, and survival. Expect new threats above or below ground, and long abandoned arenas stirring back to life, and artifact caves that haven't had known footsteps in generations. The desert doesn't reward carelessness, and the Hydra exists to prove it. And I think it was actually called Hydra in Atlas as well, so it looks like they're keeping it exactly the same, which again, it is a Hydra, isn't it? So it's not like they can change the name. But yeah, really cool. And some of the things they're adding to Genesis Part 1 is like when you're sailing along the seas in Genesis, they're saying that you're going to come across fortresses and stuff, which is similar to that. And again, you know, there's a lot fine line when, you know, we've just had Lost Colony, which is pretty much everything new. And I think when the wildcard devs look back at Atlas, they probably think to themselves, you know, it's a real shame that this failed because it had so much potential. And I think it's nice to see these kind of things drip feeded into the game. Yeah, but anyway, so that's that. And then this is amazing, guys, because Jeremy actually tweeted the CEO last night saying, I haven't been able to do this for 10 years, and it's Players Dino. Now, if you're an OG ARK player, you would know that Players Dino was one of the most popular inventions in ARK history. It's the beta, and Fintastic was actually the creator years ago, and it's so nice to see that Fintastic is still working on it. And then we had ARK Primal Survival, which was cancelled years ago, like literally 10 years ago. And it looks like Players Dino is back in ASA, and we're going to give this trailer a watch now. Right. Map extensions gameplay mod. What? Can you add this to your map? it is. Wow, look at that face. Mindy. That's some funny. I actually like it. Small version. There's actually some seriously cool mods in that one, I have to admit. Really, really cool ones. I do think, where is it? The Player's Dino, I'm going to have to do a video on this. I did it when I was, I did it all these years ago so many times, and just for old time's sake, I just think, you know, we got to give this a try. So I think this is going to be an upcoming gameplay video either this weekend or in the week, because I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Right, so, ×2 on the official network until Monday, February 2nd. Can you believe it's the end of January? It's all gone pretty quick. Well, actually, January's felt really long, but at the same time, really quick. I can't even explain it. So, Bay Plays Games does the review on the new creatures, the creature mods to try and ARK Ascended. Great creator, by the way. I built Rivendell, wow, with the new Elven structures and ARK Survival Ascended. That actually looks so good. I mean, this YouTuber, I never pronounce his name right. I think it's like Holdir. And he always makes some of the best videos, building videos especially. And then we have look at this, the Grand Victor, the Trespassers by ARK. ARK is unreal, by the way. I'm sure you know that already. Oh, this is for the Battle for Lost Colony. They've had their winners. And their tribe is it they're going for the oh wow, runners up and for the artwork for Lost Colony. Oh, and then there's Trespassers, the Corrupted. Oh, that's so, oh, whoa, who created that? Oh my, that is just insane. Oh wow, I mean, yeah, really cool. And then it looks like they've missed everything. Wait, why is there live ops down here? Photo mode and fan art should all be up there, but why there isn't any live ops? Have I missed it? It just looks like there isn't any live ops, which is weird. Is that boss a reused asset from Atlas or something new? I know some modders have spent a great deal of effort porting it from Atlas. There we go. So yeah, I knew. Yeah, I think. Come on. I mean, that is a bit harsh. Atlas ripped off and put onto ARK. Great job from lazy modders. I'm not sure about... I mean, I agree with it being, obviously, it's been added from Atlas. But I don't think you can call the modders lazy. I mean, if something's there, something's there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then... could you please focus on fixing the critical issues? And I'm just bored of reading these comments. It's so true, though. It's so ridiculously true. He says he's not trying to be a hater, but honestly, any half-decent development studio would have hot-fixed all of this within the first few hours of release. I don't understand how so much time has passed, and issues that generally prevent normal gameplay still haven't been addressed. And I mean, I don't know if he's a new player in this community, but unfortunately, that's always the way ARK has been for years, and we're all kind of used to it. Right, so there's two sets of patch notes. There's one from the 29th of January, Lost Colony map, intro female movie, and boss outro updates. Removed the requirement to crouch while taming a Gloon. Added additional HUD text during wild Gloon taming to indicate remaining revenants that must be defeated. Fixed an issue causing Gloon's damage to be calculated twice when not in weapon mode. Increased the number of stacks required to reach Gloon's maximum damage from 10, multiplier from 10 to 30 stacks. Reduced Gloon's eye beam cooldown from 10 to 8 seconds. And should block evolving Whalewin, Veilwin, if you were already at max dinos instead of making it evolved into, making the evolved dino wild. Why did that seem so hard to read? I don't know. Anyway, now we have the big patch that went live at 4:30 in the morning for me. So there was an exploit that was fixed yesterday for all platforms, and then Lost Colony boss fight changes, subtitles and VO are client-side changes. So redesign the Lost Queen's recovery energy beam gameplay, reduce the range of the force field ring, reduce the time Mei Yin takes to transition back into combat, fixed subtitle timing and display issues during cutscene, added subtitles to non-narrative combat dialogue, fixed an issue where ambient subtitles could override main dialogue, updated music during the loot and ascension phase, fixed audio assets, sound classes and volumes to better match their correct volume sliders, improving dialogue for clarity, fixed a pair of VO lines that repeatedly too frequently, fixed the missing VO line during the boss fight. We're continuing to monitoring the Lost Colony boss fight closely, and we'll iterate further as needed because it's been a massive mess. The command for Lost Colony boss hasn't even been working. People have been finishing the boss and then getting stuck in the boss arenas. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mess. So hopefully it can be actually done. So many people at the moment are like, I'm just giving it a break at this moment in time because it just doesn't seem worth my time if I'm just going to crash or I can't even claim it. Mouse cursor is now force hidden during cutscenes, fixed an issue causing choppy video playback on Xbox in One UI, and fixed an exploit. And they said, note for console players, the clients have been submitted and we'll set them live when they pass. So yeah, it's a really weird situation for ARK at the moment because the game's being pretty successful at the moment in the sense of player count is up and players are enjoying the game. It just comes down to the same issue which I've made a couple of videos on last week, which is, you know, someone said to me, Dom, like, I mean, and you were really honest in your video the other day saying that, you know, for the last kind of 11 years, everything's felt kind of same. Not everything's felt the same. There's been some amazing memories in ARK, but it's more about just like, you know, every day it's a comment that says, oh, I've lost my character, I've crashed, my Xbox is broken because of ARK, or, you know, there's always kind of an issue. And it sometimes it just gets so tiring, and I feel so bad, you know, for my players that, you know, play in the cluster that experience issues, and then I feel bad for you guys because you know, I would rather you guys being able to put positivity in the comments, but unfortunately that can't always be the case because you might have just lost a level 100 and whatever character, and you're waiting to get that back or whatever. So there's always some kind of issue, which is really, really frustrating. I mean, I'm seriously so excited for the launch of this Astraeus Mega Update, February 25th. But Astraeus does need some... There's an issue with Astraeus where people get a lot of crashes and stuff on Astraeus because the map is so big and it takes up so much RAM, especially when you're running a server, that it needs... I don't know what... it needs more RAM. I don't know how that's even going to be possible. It's kind of like sometimes with ARK, as much as I love it and I always want new content, things do sometimes feel just rammed in. Like, like just really kind of sort of struggling to move and there's no space and then it all just crashes and rolls back. And I think that's the main issue. But I mean, I'm being more positive today, even though it's not come across that way, because I'm personally really excited to see what they do with this. And then obviously we've got Survival of the Fittest launching soon. That video didn't go down that well yesterday. Because I'm so excited about Survival of the Fittest. I always talk about it with such a hype, and so many people are like, it's failed 4 times, Dom, you need to let it go. And I'm like, no, this is the time. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy today's video and got all the news you need to know. Let me know if you're excited, well, what you're excited for, and hopefully your game isn't breaking too much.